software computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hello everybody, welcome to Monday's stream. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing alright. Today itself has been pretty this weekend was really great though. Saturday was really great. Got to hang out with some friends all day. We one of our friends who lives nearby graciously hosted and made some incredible homemade ramen amongst other things for us that day. It was really great. We ate some great food, played a bunch of like really cool board games, and just kind of took the day to hang out with each other, which unfortunately happens very few and far between. So it was nice to be able to do that. Yeah, but besides that, not really too much over the weekend. Just Mon and I prepping for our vacation, which I know I said over the last week I would say by this week I would have kind of a more definitive answer in terms of stream over the next, like, this week and next week. And as usual, I'll announce this on the Discord and everywhere else as well. But today will be the only day for stream this week. I had said that I wasn't sure about Tuesday because officially our flight leaves on Wednesday. Dubs, hello, welcome in. Chat was a little delayed on that. Do I seem a little delayed? It may just be me. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, so today will be the only day for stream this week. Because while our flight leaves Wednesday, it's early enough in the morning to where, like, we're not flying out of the city that we live in. We're flying out of Nashville, which is around 2 to 3 hours south of us. So, we're going to go down, stay with some family that's there tomorrow, and then they're taking us to the airport Wednesday morning. But we're leaving here pretty much as soon as I get off work tomorrow. So, so I won't be streaming tomorrow. If I do, it'll be a, well, no. I was gonna say if I do, it may be like an impromptu IRL stream, just like from my phone, which I'm not, I guess, entirely discounting, but the service on the drive down to Nashville isn't usually that great. So not it's a non 0% chance it'll happen, but I wouldn't expect anything. So this will be the only stream this week, and then next week we're coming back Wednesday, but I have to work Thursday, and then also, as far as I'm concerned, we will I've also got my usual D&D game that I have to run that evening, and I just don't want to throw stream into that as well. So the official, like, the next stream that we do will be Friday, September 23rd, as I said right there. So let's give a good old Freddy nudging. So yeah, that'll be stream over the next 2 weeks. It's just today and then next Friday. And then we'll kind of go from there. After that, what is after that? Hold on. So we got the 23rd, and then one last full week of September, and then we get into October. So, changes that are going to be happening to the channel that I wanted to talk to you guys about. As I kind of said over the last few weeks, the schedule will be changing. I'm going to pull back to streaming 3 days a week. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, speaking of D&D, I've seen a video today where basically Lord of the Rings, but it's D&D. I wonder if a couple of my friends saw that as well, because I've got these two friends who have recently gotten into D&D, although it's like just playing amongst like just the two of them. But they did like they're in the process of running like a Lord of the Rings adaptation of it. So I wonder if that has anything to do with that. Anyways, so stream is going to be changing a little bit, especially after October. So I'm going to be pulling back to 3 days a week, which that's going to be starting basically as soon as I come back from vacation. Like we'll have that Friday, but then starting the following week, stream will only be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think that'll help me mentally, and also I hope help you guys as well with the kind of burnout or abundance of content. Hopefully it's a little easier to watch a streamer who streams 3 days a week than 5 days a week, because I can also, understand it that from a viewer perspective, that's almost just as much of a job for you guys to watch me as it is for me to be streaming that often. So officially starting like the last week in September, the 26th, we'll be going to 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Still the same time, but just those just those 3 days a week. Maybe, sporadic extra streams every once in a while if something comes up. But obviously, if it ever does, I'll let you guys know as much as I can. Other than that, the other kind of change that I'm going to be doing is, and I don't know to what yet, but after having a conversation with some trusted friends of mine about stream that are also in stream and kind of part of the whole thing, one of the things that was kind of brought to my attention that I completely agreed with was that a lot of the way that my perspective has been with stream is it's almost like I'm trying to force this stream to be at a level that it just isn't at. And by that I mean I'm doing content in a way that most of the big, huge, popular streamers do, forgetting the fact that it's fine for them to do it that way because they're already there. But for a smaller stream that's just starting to get off the ground, it's just not how things can't work that way and be sustainable. So to kind of explain that a little further, what I mean is, so I've always said that this is a variety channel. I've said that I don't want to kind of pick one very specific thing and then only do that thing and then kind of get stuck doing that one singular thing and not being able to branch out or do other different things, and then just getting so burnt out on that one thing that it kind of makes the entire experience collapse upon itself. However, the flip side to that is doing things with so much variety, like I have been, isn't cohesive for growing a community. Because the reality of how growing on Twitch works, growing probably in any content creation or social media sense, is you have to first establish an identity and then keep with that to grow an audience from that base before expanding. And when I say identity, I don't mean just branding and things like that, because at this point, if you've seen me, you either like me or you don't like me. You know who I am as a streamer, what my personality's like, and in a general sense what my content's going to be. But that can only help so much with growth. And what I have also seen as the detriment to doing things how I do it, kind of like switching between things so often, is we'll start playing something and we'll get an audience in from that community, and they'll be here and be like, oh, you're playing this, like I really love this thing, I saw you in the category, you looked fun, I can, I'll come in, and they'll be here for like, the bulk of the stream and say like, I really like your content. I have follower only chat on, so like obviously they've already followed. But, and I'm sure, those of you that have been here long enough have noticed, we usually don't see those people again. And I don't blame them for a single second. I kind of used to, until it was pointed out to me how I was doing things. Because the fact of the matter is they can come in and say that they like you. But for most people, it's more about like the content you're doing. So when we did the Pokemon Puzzle League, we had a couple people, we had a raid from that. So a couple people from that community came in, they stayed, they were talkative, they were real nice, said they would come back. And they did for the next time that I did a Pokemon Puzzle League stream, which I'm pretty sure just was the next day. Or maybe a day or two later, I don't remember at this point. But I haven't played since then, and I haven't seen them since then. What I'm getting at with all this is, in order for me to grow a community and to become a larger streamer, just simply in terms of the numbers, like the community, the followers, the subs, and all that, we kind of got to pick something and stick with it, at least for a while. And that doesn't necessarily have to be like one singular game, but I am looking at something for us to kind of do for this stream. And again, it doesn't mean that that's the only thing we can do on here. We can have our, we'll still be doing like the high laugh you lose days and things like that. But stream has to focus on something. So that's kind of really what I'm going to be looking at and figuring out over the next few weeks and really the next like month, because October is for the most part planned out. I said like, for October we'll be playing horror games, and like everything's going to be horror and spooky themed during October. So like that month is kind of taken care of, but it's also like the timing is nice because it'll offer me a buffer to like really kind of figure things out. And then once October is over, starting in November, like whatever that category is, I'm going to be doing my best to be sticking to that category or something revolving it as much as I can. So some immediate thoughts and considerations, because it needs to be something that I'm going to be able / willing to do 3 days a week, and it's not going to be an issue. Like that I'm going to continue to have fun with, and isn't going to, on the whole, feel like a chore. So I just got to look at a couple things that are in my life that I can do that with, that are also for stream. So a couple things just off the top of my head as I've been thinking about it over the last few days is writing. or writing slash tabletop things in general. Again, maybe we just kind of specifically do Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe it's more, of me doing some like active writing, like with my RPG, The Last Ingress. Maybe it's just kind of like we focus on tabletop gaming, so that can include things like wargaming, like Warhammer, and this new game that I actually, well, the game isn't new, it's new for me, but I discovered a solo war game that you can play called Frostgrave that is right up my alley, so maybe we do something with that too. So it could be tabletop related. I've been considering replaying a lot of the Kingdom Hearts games, because they're very special to me, and they're also games that I can play for a couple hours at a time, and that I don't mind. There's plenty of Kingdom Hearts games that I've played that I would not mind playing through again, seeing as I've done it 1,000 times before. And that's kind of pretty high on the list. And so again, it doesn't mean that there won't be other types of content. But there's got to be something I focus on. So it's I'm going to take like the next month and a half to really kind of figure out what that's going to be. Something that the channel is going to stick with, that we can pull an audience from, grow from there, and then, at some point, probably get a little more back into what the channel has been so far, which is, essentially daily variety stuff of like, I don't know what I'm fucking doing day to day on this stream besides like a couple, scheduled things like the You Laugh You Loses and the special events like we did on Friday, which again, for everyone who was able to come and join on Friday, it was super appreciative. I appreciated all the resubs that we got that day, all the kind messages and the feedback from you guys and all that. So it was really awesome. It was a fun day. Other than that, that's kind of like the big things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. In terms of, because I came very close to having a mental breakdown the other evening, like a week or so ago, because I've taken on a lot in my life, all of which is, well, most of which has been my choice to do, because they've all been things that mean a lot to me that I want to do, but it became too many things. But one of the things that I try my damnedest to never let completely slip through the cracks, that I'm always in some regards thinking about or working on or whatever, is my RPG, The Last Ingress. My dream is to make it this one day, is to have it printed in a book that's physical and real, with art and completed things. The closest thing I have, which this is already super out of date, but I got what I had so far printed, and this, there had been times before this where, like, for playtests and things like that, for convenience sake, we had somebody, like, print it off or whatever, just on, like, a normal printer. But this is the first time that it was printed on, like, good paper, in, like, a good binding, and I could see it, I could feel it, I could really look at it and be like, wow, I did all this. I did all this, and look at it. There it is. So, and this is what has really been keeping me going, is the feeling that is this is like the tangible goal. As I toss it on the floor. So I want to get there. And I will someday. There's a lot of other things. But I say all that because, like, one of the things I've been thinking about too is like, okay, so stream needs to become this thing. Stream is also not one of those things that I'm letting go of. So is the last Ingress. Maybe, I'm looking at maybe other things in my life to marry into stream to both help me in my personal life, but also make stream more interesting and also give me that thing to latch onto to stick with and do 3 days a week and grow a community from it. And the only reason I hesitate to do that with the last Ingress is because I already did that once. Not as often. It was I think only like once a week, and it was still only like an hour and a half or 2 hours. But, and I think it does still exist, but there's a Twitch channel for the last Ingress that I would do writing streams from, and then for like a couple times we did an actual play that I streamed from there. So there's a channel for it. It still has followers or whatever. And I didn't want I didn't want Sirius Brightstar to just become that channel again, because in my mind it's like, well, if that's what I'm going to do with this channel, why don't I just go back to that other channel? Or rather, like, hey, that thing already exists. You were trying something different with this. Don't just make it that again. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll, stream on here 3 days a week, and then, like, still stream, like, the last Ingress work, but keep it to that channel or something. I don't know. That's another, like, facet of my life that I kind of got to figure out. So, like I said, that's where I'm at with everything. I would be fine with this kind of becoming a, like I said, like a tabletop gaming / like, Dungeons and Dragons channel. Because I could talk about D&D for fucking hours. But my problem is I don't exactly know what the content would be. That would be different from everything else that is already on the internet. There's already plenty of videos and streams and podcasts about people sitting and discussing, the rules about it, how to run a game, how to, do this and that. And there's also plenty of actual plays out there. No one's ever going to beat Critical Role. But you've got plenty of streams that are actual plays that are of people like playing the game, and like that's just what they stream, is them playing the game. And that's also like just such a huge commitment and a lot of work, and that's this is a lot easier because it's literally just me. I can come in and just hit go live, and it's fine. It's whatever I want it to be. I can do what I need to do. But trying to coordinate, 4 to 5 people at minimum 3 days a week is a huge commitment for all of those people. And on the technical side of things would be astounding. If I was ever going to do something like that, it would not be live. I may stream it, but it would be something that would be recorded previously, so that I would essentially only have to worry about people being there one day or like maybe 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it that often. It'd be one day, and then it would be, you know, edited or whatever, and then, you know, like streamed live on the channel, and then, you know, put up on like YouTube or something. So a lot to consider. I'm just kind of spitballing out loud and just kind of talking. But yeah, that is it's a lot of what I'm thinking. And of course, like I also don't want this to 100% be my own decision either. Like, you guys let me know. You know, usually it so far hasn't been too much like here, like on stream. If I do get feedback from the community, it's normally, you know, like on the Discord. So I'll, you know, be opening a discussion there as well, and you know, kind of really asking for your guys' feedback on things, because again, like at the end of the day, like it is my stream, and it'll be what I want it to be, and you know, all that sort of stuff, but I want you guys to be here having fun too. You know, if I'm producing content that you guys just don't like, then like I don't want you to feel like you have to be here. Stuff to do tomorrow, so I have to say goodbye. Have a beautiful rest of the stream day. Yeah, you too, Dubs. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here to catch me, but like, so I'm only going to be live today, and then the next time I be live will be next Friday, September 23rd, which will probably be more like Saturday the 24th your time. So that'll be the next time that you see me. So thanks a lot for coming by, man. You have a good one. But yeah, you know, like yes, I'll do what I would like to do, but if it's also not what you guys would like to watch, then, you know, why would I be doing that? So I want you guys to kind of have an input on this as well. So that's kind of that. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for someone to raid, because well, actually, if Dubs is leaving, then that's, I think, everybody. But yeah, so I guess this is more for like the YouTube channel than anything, or just for the Sirius Bright Star timeline. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. You know, as I said, we're leaving for vacation pretty much as soon as I get home from work tomorrow, so we've got to finish up everything tonight. So I knew it was going to be a shorter stream anyways. I just wanted to come in, make those announcements, kind of get the ball rolling and on things like that, and give a goodbye to you guys. So short stream, but that'll be it for the day. That'll be it for the week. I'm gonna go have fun on vacation. See my folks, see some family that I haven't seen in like over a decade, and have a fun trip. I'm gonna have a lot of good food, and I'm gonna go spend some time with just me and Mana doing some fun stuff. So, alright guys, that's gonna be it for me. As I said, I will be back on September 23rd, Friday, normal time. Love you guys. Bye-bye.